It all started with one link. No countdown, no warning, just Piper suddenly dropping something the internet never thought she'd post. And the wildest part? Almost nobody was actually surprised. The signs were there long before her 18th birthday ever showed up on the calendar. Because the moment she turned legal, she launched her exclusive page like it was a brand new merch line. And within hours, screenshots were already flooding Reddit. Threads, reposts, zoom-ins. It spread so fast it felt like the whole thing had been waiting backstage, ready the second she pressed publish. But here's where things get unsettling. This didn't begin last week. People online have been whispering about this setup for years. Ever since she started spending time at the BOP house, the same house filled with grown creators whose entire careers revolve around spicy content, while she was still underage. People warned, people questioned, and every adult around her acted like nothing was wrong. Then came Sophie Rain, one of the biggest creators in that space, who fans later discovered wasn't 21 like everyone thought, but actually in her mid-20s. Yet she was still filming, dancing, and building content with Piper when Piper was just 17. And now, she's right there guiding her into the exact world she works in. Rumors online even suggest that this wasn't mentorship. It was preparation. The thing is, Piper's launch didn't look like a shy experiment either. She rolled it out like a full marketing plan, free trials, promo messages, DM me posts, all of it hitting the internet at once. Add in the fact that her YouTube got demonetized months before she turned 18, and suddenly the timing feels less like coincidence and more like strategy. But then the fallout hit. Her content started leaking everywhere, not by accident, but because strangers online were trading her photos like they were collectibles. Some even speculated about what she'll post next, casually predicting her future like she isn't a real person with a future she's trying to protect. And this is where the conversation always turns toward her mother. Reports claim there were past lawsuits, accusations about the way Piper was pushed into certain outfits, thumbnails, and roles. Online buzz has even said that this path might have been mapped out long before Piper ever had a choice. None of that is confirmed, but the speculation around it has been loud for years. Then, right after Netflix dropped Bad Influence, a documentary exposing the darker side of kidfluencers, Piper gave interviews like she had something to prove. But the timing only made people more suspicious, especially since cyber investigators like Ryan Montgomery have talked about how young creators sometimes get groomed into adult-only spaces without even realizing the groundwork being laid around them.
They're called the BOP house, B-O-P house. That BOP is like a slang term kids are using for like a or whatever. And there's a lot of OnlyFans girls living in there, but one of them was under 18 and they were waiting for her to turn 18.
And when you look at Piper's situation through that lens, everything suddenly feels a bit too familiar. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just a story about a teenager turning 18. It's about a girl who grew up on camera, surrounded by adults who treated attention like currency. And now, after years of being pushed, pulled, and monetized, she's left trying to survive in the only world she was ever shown. So the real question isn't, why did she do this? The real question is, was she ever given any other choice? So, if you see this differently, I would want to know what you think. Drop your take in the comment section, because this conversation is far from over. Do not forget to like and subscribe.